Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be covering some very important Kaspa information. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. No.
So first things first, I'm going to show you guys some technical analysis. Now I'm going to be honest, I've called Kaspa several times in a row. I first called it in the falling wedge that broke up, then the symmetrical triangle that broke up, and then drew it in a bull flag that broke up and hit the measured move perfectly. And then in my most recent Kaspa video, I warned that price action was starting to trade away from the 21-day moving average. And the stochastics and RSI were both getting extremely overbought. And I wouldn't be shocked if Kaspa came down and bounced off of the previous all-time high or used the 21-day moving average as support. And that is pretty much exactly what it's done. So if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please consider doing me a favor and hitting that like and subscribe button. Now, as for what I'm seeing right now, I want to be clear, there are very mixed signals. So the stochastics are getting back to the oversold region and the RSI is still pretty overbought. Now, the bullish scenario for Kaspa is that it's starting to form another bull flag. Now, bull flags break up 68% of the time, and the measured move would take you to just under 6 cents. And if they are going to break up, typically what you'll see is that price action comes down and touches the 21-day moving average. So I wouldn't be shocked if it does break up. However, I'm not doing my job if I don't also give you guys the bearish scenario. So there is a chance that Kaspa also is starting to form a rising wedge, which, unlike the previous falling wedge that I drew that break up 68% of the time, falling wedges break down 68% of the time. So just understand that Kaspa is in a little bit of indecision right now. I know a lot of you guys watching this are huge Kaspa fans, and this is not me hating on Kaspa long term, but no project goes up forever. But keep in mind, Kaspa and most other projects right now are tied to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rises, most will rise. If Bitcoin falls, most will fall. That being said, I want to show you guys Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So the stochastics are getting to the overbought region, and the RSI is a little bit oversold. Now, in my previous video, I talked about how I would not be bullish on Bitcoin until it got back above the 21-day moving average. Since then, it did break above the 21-day and it actually closed a candle above it. However, it has recently broken right back beneath it. So it's still very indecisive. And there's also a great chance we see Bitcoin just continue trading sideways. Now, I will say on Bitcoin's daily time frame, there is another very bearish indicator. So if you look at the moving averages, the 21-day just recently broke beneath the 50-day moving average. That is a death cross. Typically, that signals that a dump is coming. If you look at the past, we had a death cross right here and Bitcoin dropped. We had a death cross here, but it kind of dropped previously. We had a death cross here and it dropped a lot. And we have had another death cross. So I do want to be clear, this does not mean that Bitcoin is for sure going to dump, but it is definitely not a bullish indicator. However, if you look at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, it has some very bullish indicators. So the stochastics are a little bit overbought and so is the RSI, but that's not the end of the world. Now, the bullish signs on Bitcoin's weekly have to do with the moving averages. So the 21-day just recently crossed the 200-day moving average. That is a golden cross. Typically, that signals an explosive move is coming for Bitcoin. And I previously talked about how price action was trading away from the 21-day moving average. And typically what you would see happen is price action would come down, touch the 21-day, and bounce off of it as support. That is pretty much exactly what started to happen. And in doing so, it has potentially started to also form a bull flag, which again break up 68% of the time. And the measured move would take you to just over 35K. And again, measured moves do not always play out. But the reality of crypto right now is that a lot of these projects are very indecisive right now. There is definitely not an obvious direction as to where the crypto market is headed. And keep in mind, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So all of a sudden, if it comes out that the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF were to get accepted, that could skyrocket the entire crypto market. On the contrary, if it gets rejected or the XRP case were to get reversed, that could tank the entire crypto market. So just keep an open mind. Realize that anything can happen and don't get too caught up into what is happening on a day-to-day time frame. Just have a long-term outlook. And now the first piece of news I want to cover is Coinpal launching a debit card that supports Kaspa. This is extremely bullish news. So Coinpal, a leading cryptocurrency exchange and fintech company, has recently announced the launch of its revolutionary crypto debit card, aiming to support the emerging Kaspa currency. And right here, Coinpal's debit card seeks to bridge the gap between crypto and fiat worlds. And that is extremely important. When I talk to a lot of my friends and just the average person that doesn't understand crypto, their first question is always, okay, how do I spend it? And just the whole concept of crypto doesn't really make sense to them. And my usual reply to that is, okay, how do you spend your 401k? How do you spend your house, your gold, your silver? The reality is that most assets need to be liquidated into fiat currency if you're going to spend them. However, in the case of Kaspa and other cryptocurrencies, crypto debit cards make it extremely easy to spend your crypto. So nowadays you don't actually have to liquidate it to fiat, at least not in the traditional way. I understand that it still technically sells it back to the exchange, but you don't have to go through the whole traditional fiat process. But just the point I'm trying to get at is that this is extremely bullish for Kaspa, as this is another company that believes in them long term. Now, surprise, surprise, the next piece of news I want to cover is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. A lot of you guys are probably tired of me covering this, but again, I want you to understand macro events that could trigger an explosion. So BlackRock Bitcoin ETF filing demonstrates institutional confidence in crypto. Now, why is this important for crypto? If you guys don't know, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager. At the current time, they are in charge of almost $9 trillion of funds. If they successfully get their Bitcoin ETF, it will make it significantly easier for the average person to actually get into cryptocurrency, especially the older generations who have most of the money, which in turn should skyrocket Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. And I have even went as far to say that I believe this could be a catalyst that potentially starts an early bull market. Like, there are analysts out there that are saying they think Bitcoin could go to 180,000 after this. Now, personally, I don't think it's going to go that high, at least from this alone, but I definitely expect a spike up when this gets accepted. And yes, I said when, because I believe it's just a matter of time. BlackRock, being the world's largest asset manager, rarely gets rejected. Now, what is the Bitcoin ETF and why does everyone from BlackRock to Fidelity want one? An ETF, or exchange traded fund, is a public traded investment vehicle that tracks the value of its underlying assets such as Bitcoin. Shares in a Bitcoin ETF would be tradable on a traditional stock exchange. And as they said here, with more mainstream popularity than ever, many new people are interested in acquiring some Bitcoin. But long story short, a lot of crypto investors do not understand crypto wallets, Bitcoin addresses, and private keys, and they're confused. So naturally, if they have an ETF that is essentially traded like a stock, again, it will make it significantly easier for them to get into the actual Bitcoin asset. And now the importance of it being a spot ETF as opposed to a future ETF is the fact that a spot ETF, BlackRock actually has to hold Bitcoin, which is another way Bitcoin itself will gain utility and actual value. All right, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to go over Kaspa's tokenomics and fundamentals. So Kaspa is currently trading at a price point of 4.5 cents. It has a market cap of 904 million, and it was over a billion. It has a max supply of 28.7 billion and a circulating supply of 20.1 billion, which is 70% in circulation. And Kaspa reached its all-time high August 6th of 2023, 5 days ago, at just over 5 cents, and has retraced 15% since then. And if you guys are looking to invest in Kaspa, I would recommend KuCoin or MEXC. I think those are the easiest centralized exchanges to use. So what is Kaspa? Kaspa is a proof-of-work cryptocurrency which implements the Blockdag protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, Blockdag does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. And the Kaspa blockchain is actually a Blockdag. Now, the key takeaways from this are it runs on proof-of-work. So most layer 1 projects these days run on the proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, where a validator's probability to confirm the next block is directly correlated to how many tokens they have staked, always making the projects more centralized. The rich are always going to have more power and more control. It's always been known that proof of work is more decentralized. However, people did not think it was scalable. But due to Kaspa implementing the Blockdag protocol, they supposedly have found a way to scale, which would technically mean that they have solved the blockchain trilemma of decentralization, security, and scalability. And essentially, Kaspa's goal is to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, similar to what Bitcoin was supposed to be. However, Bitcoin has turned out a lot more like digital gold. Kaspa aims to be like digital silver. And if you look back in history, silver has always been the better form of currency. Yes, gold has always been more rare, but because of its rarity, no one actually wants to spend it. Just like their Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in existence, so no one actually wants to spend their Bitcoin. Kaspa is a lot more abundant, just like silver, which is why it would probably work better as a currency, on top of the fact that it's much faster than Bitcoin. Now, another reason that myself and many others are very bullish on Kaspa is the founder, Jonathan Sompolinsky, who is a postdoc CS at Harvard University on the MEV research team. And his 2013 paper on the Ghost protocol is cited in Ethereum's white paper, the #2 largest cryptocurrency, Ethereum. And Vitalik himself, who is the founder of Ethereum, has complimented the Blockdag protocol, which from my perspective gives Kaspa credibility that most projects do not have. And it's also a narrative that can be pushed in the next bull run. And as many of you guys know, the crypto market right now is heavily driven based on hype and speculation. Now, when you look at Kaspa's Twitter, they have 72.7 thousand followers, and they are continuing to grow every day. It seems like every time I make a Kaspa video, they're up another 2,000 followers. and their most recent post was August 9th. Check out the raw and thrilling journey of Kaspa, from its chaotic inception to innovative triumph. This is a tale of persistence, creativity, and unbreakable determination. An insider look at how a handful of devs turned chaos into a revolutionary success. And I can't say it enough, I truly do believe this is just the beginning for Kaspa, at least from a long-term perspective. But they're continuing to post pretty frequently, which is a good thing to see. You want to see an active team, you want to see an active community. And now for the final part of this video, I want to talk about how high Kaspa could go next bull run. So this is a historical snapshot of November 14th of 2021. This is the heights of the 2021 bull market. Bitcoin was trading around its all-time high, 65,400. And this is around the time that Kaspa was created, which is honestly another reason I'm so bullish on Kaspa, because it was born during a bear market. It has a current market cap of over 900 million, and it's never experienced a bull run. So just imagine what it can do at the heights of the next bull run. So if you look at the market caps that some of these projects reached, Solana, 72.2 billion. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, 34 billion and 29 billion, and those are meme coins. Terra Luna, 22.9 billion. Algorand, 12.3. Hedera, 6.5. And even Kadena down here at 3.3. Now, if you go to market cap up and you start comparing Kaspa to the market cap that some of these other projects reached last bull run. So if you start out by comparing Kaspa to the all-time high market cap of Hedera Hashgraph, which is another project I'm extremely bullish on, but Hedera's all-time market cap high is 6.8 billion. If Kaspa reached that level, it'd be trading at a price point of 34 cents, and that'd be a 7x. Now, I absolutely think this is possible next bull run. Now, if you compare Kaspa to the all-time market cap high of Algorand, it'd be trading at a price point of 67 cents, and that'd be a 14.8x. And Algorand's all-time market cap high was 13.3 billion. Now, I also think this price point is very reasonable. Now, where things start getting interesting is if you compare Kaspa to a project like Terra Luna, which, as many of you guys know, Terra Luna ended up crashing, but at the time it reached an all-time market cap high of 41 billion. And if Kaspa reached these levels, it'd be trading at a price point of $2.06, and that'd be a 45x. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest, for the next bull run, this would be about as high as I could see Kaspa going. Now, is it possible that it could reach Solana's levels at 72 billion? Maybe, but I think 41 billion is very ambitious, but reasonable. My mind would not be completely blown if it reached this price point. But these price comparisons are just for educational purposes. Please do your own research and come to your own conclusions. And that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you think Kaspa could go next bull run? Please consider doing me a favor and hitting that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
I'm hitting the ground running, up and coming, ain't nothing, yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100, cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something, I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand, and a full plan, I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top, man, every single drop got me feeling awesome.